I'm Mark, poet with guitar. I'm from Washington, D.C., and welcome to Poets React. We are poets, like you probably are, and we're going to be sent a poem that we've never seen or know nothing about, and we're going to react. Marissa?
Hello, everybody. I'm Marissa Prada. I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, here in the U.S. Don't forget, you can use the chat. Put your comments and questions in there. We'd love to read them. Cheers. Lawan?
Hey, hi Marissa, hi Mark, hi Kemlin. I'm Lawin. I'm from the Philippines, though I'm currently in my car. Don't worry, I'm not driving, so it's safe. But I love being here. I love the idea that I love getting reminded that poetry is never exists in a vacuum. It's never just the poem, right? It's part of an equation, and the other half of that is the audience. That's why reactions are so important, and well, that's what we're going into today. And if, like me, you like this kind of stuff, then please subscribe to YouTube, or like and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Kemlin?
Hi, I'm Kemlin. I am your Singapore, Arizona connection. Please remember that we are Poetry Global Network. We are the Poets React. Send in the poem.
Lady Lazarus. I have done it again. 1 year in every 10 I manage it. A sort of walking miracle. My skin bright as a Nazi lampshade. My right foot a plate. My face a featureless, fine Jew linen. Peel off the napkin, oh my enemy. Do I terrify? Yes, yes, Herr Professor, it is I. Can you deny the nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth? The sour breath will vanish in a day. Soon, soon the flesh the grave cave ate will be at home on me, and I a smiling woman. I am only 30, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. What a million filaments. The peanut-crunching crowd shoves in to see them unwrap me hand and foot. The big strip tease. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone. I may be Japanese. Nevertheless, I am the same identical woman. The first time it happened, I was 10. It was an accident. The second time I meant to last it out and not come back at all. I rocked shut as a seashell. They had to call and pick the worms off me like sticky pearls. Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I've a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's the theatrical comeback in broad day to the same place, the same face, the same brute, amused shout, a miracle that knocks me out. There is a charge for the eyeing of my scars. There is a charge for the hearing of my heart. It really goes. And there is a charge, a very large charge, for a word or a touch or a bit of blood or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So, Herr Doctor. So, Herr Enemy. I am your opus. I am your valuable. The pure gold baby that melts to a shriek. I turn and burn. Do not think I underestimate your great concern. Ash, ash, you poke and stir, flesh, bone. There is nothing ring, a gold filling. Hear God, hear Lucifer, beware, beware. Out of the ash I rise with my red hair, and I eat men like air.
Oh, wow. Wow. That was sensational. Kemlin, that looks amazing. Watch, show that again. Kemlin's doing this cool thing. Watch, tell them what you're doing so they can
I'm doing
understand.
a visual ekphrastic response. So as I listened, I responded with gesture drawings, and I heard the cat, I heard the skeletal environment, I heard her sultry challenge to men, and the grave and the fires that burned.
That's beautiful, Kemlin.
Thank you.
As a woman, I can completely relate to this because I feel a lot of times like I'm a commodity. I'm something to be traded, to be used, to be poked at, where really you kind of give off and give away so much of yourself over time that really all that's left can feel like bones and skin. And you want to protect yourself, like she talked about, closing up like a shell and picking worms off. I feel the need to self-protect a lot of times. And the way she read it and the cadence that she had, and she had all these different textures and smells and things that awoke all my senses, like peanuts crunching. And I love that she said big strip tease. I was like, yes, but it's in the most tawdry, awful way, you know, so it really messed with my emotions.
Hi.
But yeah.
Well, I'm sure with the as this program progresses, there'll be poems that are thrown at us that I won't know. But this one, I grew up with, and many of us maybe have. And it's interesting the cult of Plath, because we all love her so much, and there's something about Plath which draws every generation. She was such a force of changing the nature of confessional poetry.
Yes.
And every time you hear Plath, when Plath reads it, though, I mean, she reads it with such, she becomes the word she reads. And that's just amazing. I mean, it's great to look at the text, but you can just listen to the sound of her also.
It's almost like Janis Joplin singing like a ballad.
And lastly, the poem to me, yes, has elements of that, but it's more, to me, it's more focused on suicide, and her the way she goes to it from right and left angles and just draws you into this obsession, which ultimately took her, of course, is just astounding. You know, it's
then the traumas, you know, the many traumas that are layered beneath those, which she probably never even shared some of those with her pen. It's a tragic poem, and sorry, keep going, Lawin.
No, it's okay. You're on a roll there. No, but I think as opposed to tragic, I feel it's triumphant. Okay. There's this quote from this book by Donna Tartt. It's called The Secret History, where she goes, "Real beauty is terror. Anything that is truly beautiful, we cringe in front of." And that's what this morning's piece was for me. All right. Of course, it's Sylvia Plath, so yay. But over and beyond, but over and beyond that, over the gender issues is the idea that life will find a way. All right, and she talks about her 9 lives and how she eats men like air. But does it scare me? Yes, I guess in a way. But wouldn't I love to be in love with a woman like that?
It would be tumultuous, and you would really, really need to have a lot of security, inner security, and a seatbelt.
For sure.
I think that like she toggles almost back and forth between her identities. And I think maybe it's a conversation she has with her subconsciously, which is an interesting kind of way to think about it. She says, I might be Japanese, but I definitely am this. And so I think it's the way, maybe it's even the way she sees herself versus the way she thinks others see her. She definitely toggles, I think, between two different identities or perceptions. Maybe it's what she wants to do versus what she doesn't want to do versus what she's called to do. It's
It's Pistache. She takes on different personalities throughout the poem.
Yes.
Which
And
absolutely.
when you guys write poetry, do you ever end where you thought you were going to end? I mean, for me, when I start a poem, it usually almost never ends where I think it's going to go. I achieve what I want to in the poem for the most part, but it's like unwrapping a gift or peeling an onion, if I could be, more cliche. You just uncover more things. Maybe there's
And what I
I'm
love
wondering-
about it as well is the fact that it's mysterious enough and it's fluid enough so that we can inject our own meaning and we can connect, and it's not spelled out for us. And once again, we like to, as authors, to always be able to stand by a poem and say, oh, this means this means this. Did you find this illusion? But the genius is, she says, I want you to interpret it and be and give and breathe its own life. The poem stands by itself.
It's like I eat men like air. What does that mean?
That means I eat men like air.
I want to eat men like air.
You feel with that.
That's very gassy.
It's not like you can eat men like air, but you feel it's a poetic truth. And you just feel it. It's a wonderful line. And what a way to end
Do
the
you
poem.
think that she knew she was like, I feel like a lot of people have intuition about their impending death, right? I think like I kind of almost feel like she's trying to either reconcile with it or get you to reconcile with what she knows is coming for her.
Well,
I wonder if she knew.
let me throw in at that part, because it is clear that the title is Lady Lazarus. All right. So death or not, she knows she's coming back. Yeah, and it's not even completely clear if it's a literal or figurative death, right?
Right.
And and
Or the
that's
death of
what
a dream, an idea.
or a relation, etc., etc. But that's what I'm saying here. It's like, in spite of the darkness, she writes from a space of hope. All right.
Because death might bring hope, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for those who've been on the cliff, right?
Mm-hmm. And no one treasures life more than someone who's been intimate with death.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And can we truly live if we do not recognize that we will all depart from this physical earth? And when we embrace that, then we can truly cherish and savor each day.
Well, and the whole aspect of suicide, which, of course, so many of the great poets, Delmore Schwartz and Hemingway, if not poets, and all the rest of it, there's something self-destructive about so many artists. It seems it just seems to be part of that. There's a certain greatness that does follow and does deservedly follow, but the force to do that, I mean, is if we all look deeply into ourselves, it's terrifying. So yeah, it's
Sure.
like that. Sure.
We just have to be brave troubadours and keep writing.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's a whole lot of sunshine where I am. But that's what I'm saying. That in pursuit of our art, sometimes we have to die to ourselves, right? There's the death of the ego. There's the death of the I. And recognize at some point that much as you want to call your art yours, it belongs to the world. And sometimes the world's gonna be rough with you. So you just have to know how to rise again. Yeah.
And
Having said that,
that's-
wait, go ahead, Marissa.
I think that's definitely where legacy comes in, when we start thinking about what is our legacy going to be when we're gone. I'm sorry, Kemlyn, go ahead.
No, what I
sweetheart.
want to say is that for those of you who are in a very challenging mental space right now, this COVID situation has escalated and made things a lot worse. Please, the world needs your poems. Please live for another day and write for another day. And we are here to listen to you.
Yes, and with that being said, please subscribe to our channel. If you enjoyed the space today, we are so glad you are here, and we thank you so much. We're very grateful to be with you. Please like and subscribe to us. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, of course, YouTube, right? Don't forget, come back for Poetry Times on Monday, 7 p.m. London time. It's going to be on YouTube and stream on Facebook Live. And remember, as we react to poetry, we hope that you take action with your own pen, and maybe one day we're going to be reacting to your poem. Have a great night, everybody.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, everyone.